Hello everyone, I'm Kevin, and this is part 4 in my Modding Minecraft 1.8 series. In this video, we're going to create and add a new armor set to Minecraft. I'm making mine out of the turtle shells we added in the turtle mob tutorials, but you can use any materials you want for yours. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is declare our item set in the items class under the init folder. In the item declarations, add the 4 new armor pieces as type item armor. Then scroll down to the bottom and initialize them with the getRegisteredItem function. Then save and close. Now open the item armor class in the item folder. Scroll down to the armor material enumerator at around line 237 and add an enumerator for your new armor set. The enumerator name should be all in upper cases. The first value is a redundant field name. Just repeat the uppercase name. The second value is the set's index number. Use the next unused index. In this case, it's index 5. The third value is a reference name. Use the enumerator's name in lowercase. Now we start defining the armor set's stats. This next value is a durability multiplier. We'll set this at 30. A little lower than diamond, but higher than everything else. The next value is actually an array of integers and defines the damage reduction, or defense of each part of the armor. In order, the array values are for the helmet, chestplate, leggings, and boots. I'll set them all to 1 higher than diamond. The last value sets the enchantability field down here in the constructor. However, the enchantability variable is not referenced anywhere else in the code. It's probably a remnant of the old pre-1.8 enchanting system. For the sake of consistency, we'll give it a value of 15, which is the same as leather. We also need to add the new enumerator to this values array. Then scroll down a bit to get base item repair function at around line 276. This function returns the repair material for a specific armor enumerator. We need to add the new turtle enumerator to this function to return turtle shells as the repair item. And we're finished with this class. You can save and close. Open the item class in the item folder. Scroll down to the end of the register item function at around line 1060. Here we register each part of the new armor set as type item armor in elements 438, 439, 440, and 441, or as the next unused elements in the item list. The parameters for the item armor object are the armor material enumerator we just defined, the armor enumerator index we gave it in the item armor class, which is 5, and the zero-based index of the armor part in the set. 0 for helmet, 1 for chest plate, 2 for leggings, and 3 for boots. We're finished adding the armor items. You can save and close this class. Now open the render item class in the client renderer entity folder. Scroll down to the register items function around line 530 and register the new world armor items into the renderer. Then save and close. Now open the Entity Living class in the Entity folder. Scroll down to the Get Armor Item for Slot function at around line 910. This function returns which armor piece is equipped in a given slot. We need to add the new armor pieces to this function. The item tier variable contains the enumerator index, which is index 5 for the new armor. You can save and close this class. Now open the Layer Armor Base class in the Client Renderer Entity Layer folder. While preparing to make this armor tutorial, I created a quick mock armor set, and when I tested it, the armor could be crafted and equipped, however it wasn't being rendered on my character. After searching for a while, I tracked the problem to a switch in this class. This class is responsible for telling the renderer how to layer the armor textures onto your character. Scroll down to around line 74. This obfuscated function needs a case for the new armor, so it will render on your character's armor layer. Case 1 is the leather armor. It uses a different rendering method than the others because leather can be dyed different colors. This block gets the armor dyed color and applies it to the layer before rendering. Case 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all the other armor sets, and they use this render method. This is the method I want to use for the new turtle armor. So we add an unused case, which is 6 in this list. We'll have to define this case in the ordinals below. Now scroll down to the bottom. We need to add a new ordinal, which basically defines what case 6 means. And that's all for the armor set code. Save and close this class. Now we add the crafting recipes for this armor set. We could open up the Crafting Manager class and add the recipes like we did for all the other crafting recipes we've added. And if you want to create custom recipes for these armor pieces, you can do that. But if you want to have the same crafting patterns as the other armor sets, there is an easier way. Open the Recipe Armor class in the Item Crafting folder. Here we have a two-dimensional item array, which represents a table. The materials, the helmets, the chest plates, the leggings, and the boots. This table can be expanded indefinitely by simply adding new elements to the end of each row. And that's all. At runtime, this add recipes function is called. It loops through the 2D array and adds each recipe to the crafting manager using the Armor crafting recipe patterns that we all know and love. We're all done with the code. We can save this class and close Eclipse. It's time to get all our assets together. Open your MCP Inject Assets Minecraft folder. And in another window, open your Minecraft Versions game folder. In your 1.8 folder, open the 1.8 jar file with 7-zip. In the jar file, go to the Assets, Minecraft, Models, Item folder. Scroll down and Control-select the Golden Leggings, Golden Helmet, Golden Chestplate, and Golden Boots JSON files, and copy them to the MCP Inject folder under the Assets, Minecraft, Models, Item folder. In 7-zip, go back to the Minecraft root folder and open the Textures Items folder. Control-select the gold armor textures and copy them to the Assets, Minecraft, Textures, Items folder in the MCP Inject folder. Go back to the Textures folder in 7-zip and open the Models Armor folder. Copy the gold_layer_1 and gold_layer_2 textures to the corresponding folder in MCP Inject. You'll have to create the destination folders, so in the Textures folder, create a new folder called Models, and inside the Models folder, create a new folder called Armor. Copy the gold layer textures from the jar file to this new armor folder. Now go back to the Minecraft Models folder and rename the armor model files we just copied with the turtle prefix. Then open each one in Notepad and rename the texture IDs for each one as well. Now go back to the Minecraft folder, and in the Textures Items folder, rename the armor textures with the turtle prefix as well. Go back to the Root Textures folder again, and under the Models Armor folder, rename the armor textures with the turtle prefix. Now go back to the Minecraft root folder again and open the lang file inside the lang folder in Notepad. Here we add the in-game names for the new armor items. Save and close. Now we can start texturing. In the Textures Models Armor folder, we have the armor textures. Layer 1 is for the boots, chest plate, and helmet. Layer 2 is generally for the pants. This is the armor template, so I'll just overlap it on the armor texture. I'll include the template and reference patterns with the source and assets download in the description below. This larger one has labels for all the faces and is for reference only. I'll be copying and pasting parts of the turtle texture to texture the armor, so let's open it and set it aside. It took over an hour to create the textures. I had to keep going in-game to see what it looked like while I was making it. These are the finished textures. The boots are made of turtle skin and come with little knee pads. And I made the pants a little lighter to contrast the rest of the outfit. Let's save those and move on to the item textures. These should be quick, so I'll just time-lapse this part. I just used the eyedropper tool to sample 3 colors from the turtle texture: a base color, a shadow color, and a highlight color. And that's all for the textures. As always, you can download the source code and assets for this project in the description below. Now let's compile and run Minecraft and take a look at the new turtle armor set. Before I do, I'd like to remind you to leave a like if you like this video, and subscribe for more. See you soon.